my channel, and today I am looking a little bit crazy, and that is because I'm going to be sharing with you guys and testing out some new products from ColourPop, and I'm so excited because this is all from the Disney collab that they just recently released. Now there were a few products that they do have that were sold out, which I was actually really super disappointed in. Like the highlighters were already sold out by the time I was able to get online and order them. So was the Tiana lipstick and I think the Belle lipstick. So I don't have absolutely everything in the collection to share with you guys, unfortunately, but I do have the big ticket item, which is the eyeshadow palette, which is right here, ready to show for you guys. The rest of my base is all done except for, of course, eyes and lips, because I also have several of the lipsticks here. So I have the Snow White, the Ariel, and the Belle lipstick here, mostly because again, I really wanted the Tiana lipstick, but it was sold out. And the other two, the Cinderella and the Jasmine, those really bright, vibrant, and like baby pink colors are just not me. I can't pull them off. It's just not me. Point blank. So I didn't order those, but I do have those, and I do have one of the lip glosses. They also, I didn't get the Super Shock Shadows. Super Shock Shadows. Man, say that 3 times. But I do plan on ordering those in the future, and I know there's a lot of videos on these already, so if you're curious about them, of course you can go online and find out more from there. But for me, the biggest thing was the eyeshadow palette that I really wanted to test out. But I also have one of the lip glosses here, and I have the shade, I think I got the shade Boo. Yes, I got the shade Boo, which was the more pink, not the clear, not really the gold color either. So I'm gonna go ahead and stop talking and get into the makeup. But before I do, make sure you guys subscribe. I know I've been a little absentee, but I am moving in T-minus 6 days, so soon enough I will be back to it because I'm going to be searching for a job, so I'll have more time during the day before I start working to actually film and sit down and participate more, so bear with me. Thank you guys so much for your patience in the meantime, but without further ado, let's go ahead and get into the makeup. Okay, so first things first, of course, is the eyeshadow palette, and I just kind of want to go over the packaging a little bit because it's adorable. So this is what it is on the outside. I know with my lights and my camera, you can't really see how cute the packaging is, but it is gold, and it does have the signatures and the writing of the different princesses all over it. So just, I mean, all over the cover, and then it says the Disney Designer Collection up here up top. Sorry, again, I know you can kind of see it a little bit, but you can't really that much. And then it has the shade names on the back of the package here, and then you open it up, and even the inside of the package, by the way, the cardboard is super cute with the stars, like the Disney stars. And then you have the palette right here. So this is adorable. It's got these kind of cartooned artist images of the different princesses here on the front. So we have the Tiana, Ariel, Belle, Jasmine, Snow White, and Cinderella, and of course the Disney up top. So I think that is just absolutely stunning packaging. And then again, you have the stars with the shade names on the back, and it's called a Princess Thing. So that is what the actual palette is called. And you do get 15 different shades in the palette. Again, you open it up and you have the signatures up top, so it doesn't come with a mirror. That's okay. And then you have all the different shades right here. So you definitely get a lot of pinks, you get some mauves, you have some really glittery shades over here. You also have some more shimmery shades, and then you have a row of mattes below. So you do get a nice little collection. I think this is a great color scheme for fall, a lot of nude, lighter, everyday colors, but then you also have some darker colors, and you do have some warm tones, some cool tones. So I think it's a great mixture of colors for this particular palette. So I'm gonna go ahead, I've already primed my eyelids with my Lorac Behind the Scenes eyeshadow primer, but I'm gonna go ahead and zoom you guys on in, and we will start playing with the colors. I'm not gonna do really some swatches on my hand because I know there's a lot out there on Instagram, and I don't want this to be a super long video. So if you wanna see the swatches, just search for it on Instagram or even on YouTube, or just on Google, to be honest. And let's go ahead and actually start playing. Okay, so we are all zoomed in, and I'm gonna go ahead and start out first with Chip right here, and I'm just gonna use that to sort of set that primer I've already put down and just use as a kind of base shade because it's really close to my natural skin color, so I'm just gonna kind of lightly dust this all over my eyelid first. And then I am going to go into Grumpy, which is this shade right here in the top center, also a matte color, and it is kind of a light brown, but also it has like a peachy undertone to it. And I'm just going to pop that into my crease. Next, I'm going to go in with a Boo right here, which is a darker brown shade. Again, more on the warm tone and more on the warm side. And I'm going to pop that in my crease over Grumpy just to add a little bit more depth. So far, these colors are proving to be pretty darn pigmented. Did have to build up Grumpy a little bit to get the color payoff that I really was looking for. So they are also really pretty buildable. After that, I'm going to go in with Enchanted Rose, which is this shade right here. And it's this really pretty kind of dark cranberry, dusty, mauve color that has some shimmer to it. And I'm just going to dust this on the outer edge of my eye, blending it inward. After that, I'm going to go in with Midnight Curfew right here, which is a black, but it has kind of a like bluish purple shift glitter to it. And I know you can't really get that too much on camera, but it is really, really pretty. And I'm going to just really stamp that on the very, very outer edges of where I put Enchanted Rose. Then going in with my MAC paint pot, I am going to carve out my eyelid, starting from the inner part and kind of spreading over to where Enchanted Rose still is. And once I have done that, I'm going to go back in with Enchanted Rose and stamp it over where I laid that down, just to bring that color back out. Then with a wet brush, I'm going to go in with Fairy Godmother right here in the center, which is this really pretty kind of corally pink shimmer shade. And I'm going to put that over where the rest of the MAC product is on my eyelid. I am noticing, by the way, as I lay these down, that the matte shades are really pretty pigmented. I'm actually finding that these shimmer shades are a little bit more sheer, so I'm having to build those up more to get the color that I want to show through, which is not, totally unusual, but it's a little bit, interesting to work with. And I'm also noticing that with these shimmer shades like Enchanted Rose and Fairy Godmother, that there is way more fallout than with the mattes. There really wasn't too much kickback for the mattes, but with the shimmer shades, I'm having to kind of be a little bit more careful as it's falling down on my face and there's more kickback in the pan. And I just marked my face up, so gonna have to clean that up later. So then over where I put Fairy Godmother, I'm just gonna go in with Ray right here, which is this really pretty champagne-y kind of shimmer shade. And I'm just gonna use my finger and I'm just going to lightly dab that over just to kind of get a little bit of a color difference and a little bit of a shift in colors. Kind of create a rose gold effect, if you will. Yeah, that's really pretty. These shimmer shades, I will say, since I'm using my fingers to lay them down, the texture of them, they are so buttery. They feel so nice. I just want to just keep swatching. I'm just going back over with Enchanted Rose to kind of blend those shades together. And I'm just gonna go back in with our original shade, Grumpy, and just kind of soften up the edges above the eye. For the lower lash line, I'm going to go back in with a Boo right here, that warm brown. By the way, before I do, I'll just kind of show you the pan. So you can see Enchanted Rose here and Fairy Godmother, where they have, they're a little bit more indented in the pan versus the matte shades that I use down here. So you can just definitely tell there's definitely more, definitely a lot just then, I'm sorry, more fallout and kickback with the shimmer shades than with the matte. Then I'm lastly, they look one more step, bear with me. I'm gonna go back in with Midnight Curfew, that black shade, on a brush that I understand is way too big for this, but the rest of them are packed, so I know that this brush is not the right one, but we're gonna make it work. And I'm just going to put this on my lower lash line towards the outer edge. I think I might just kind of add a little Enchanted Rose to the inner part of the eye too. Why not add a little bit of that color in there while we're just going crazy with this palette. And finally, now this is the real finally, I'm going to go in with Prince Charming right here. And I am going to pop that on in the inner corner of my eyes for a nice little highlight. And just going to add it to the brow bone. Okay, so I'm gonna go ahead and kind of clean up the rest of this and do the other eye, and I will be right back to move on to the lips. Okay, and I'm back, and eyes are done, and I'm actually really happy with the way that they came out. Overall, I think it's a beautiful palette, so I'm like staring at myself because I do really like the way it came out. I'm not egotistical. But overall, again, you can see where the shimmer shades were just a little bit more, just had a little bit more fallout than the matte shades, but overall I think it was a really pretty palette. It was really pigmented, everything blended really nice. They were really nice and buttery feeling. So I just think it's a beautiful, beautiful palette, and I'm really glad that I at least was able to get my hands on that since I wasn't able to get everything in the collection. So now we're gonna move on to lips, since once again I wasn't able to get the highlighters. So I do again have the 3 lipsticks. So I have Ariel here, and I will swatch these on the back of my hand for you guys. So again, the packaging here, it shows the princess on the front of it with the same kind of black star pattern. And then the actual tube has the signatures of the princesses themselves on the edge. So this is Ariel. It's more of a peachy nude color. So that is Ariel right there. The other one I have is Belle, one of my favorite princesses of all time. If I can get the package open. And this one is going to be a little bit more, again, same type of packaging here. This one's going to be a little bit more mauve-y than Ariel was, / is, because it's still in existence. So that is Ariel, or that is Belle right here. And finally, the other one that I got was Snow White, which of course will be a nice red shade. I did, again, want to get Tiana. I wasn't able to, but that was a really nice kind of berry plum shade as well. That's much darker, beautiful for fall. So then again, finally, we have Snow White, which is more of a true red. It has more bluish undertones than it does orange undertones as well. So a little bit more cool toned there. For this look, I was debating between Belle and Ariel, but I think I'm going to go with Ariel because we also have a lip gloss here, and this is one of their ultra glossy lips, because I also have a lip gloss, and that is in the shade Boo, like as in Bibbidi Bobbidi Boo, and it is this shade right here. So again, a kind of really pretty rosy pink shade. So I think I'm going to put that over Ariel. So one of my best friends Her name, I know I'm talking, of course, as I'm putting on the lipstick, but her name's Ariel, and she was born the year before Ariel came out, or Little Mermaid came out. She hates it because everybody's like, oh, like the Little Mermaid. And she's like, no. So this is what it makes me, that's what it makes me think of. So this is Ariel, and I think it looks really nice all on its own with this look, but just for fun, I'm going to put the gloss over top of it. And finally, of course, you set it on place. Let me just spritz this down a little bit with some setting spray. And here you guys have it. This is the final look that I have come up with using the ColourPop and Disney Designer collab collection. I absolutely love it. I think the lipsticks are also pretty. Again, these are the shades that I got right here. I think the palette was absolutely stunning. And I wish I could have gotten my hands on more of the collection when I went to go purchase it, but I am excited for the pieces that I did get, and I hope you guys enjoyed seeing this video as well and seeing me do a look in my version of testing out these products as well. I know there's a bunch of these videos out here, so thank you guys for taking the time to watch mine. I really appreciate it, and again, thank you guys so much for bearing with me as I work to kind of get through all the stuff going on in my personal life so I can start producing more and participating a little bit more on YouTube in general. But this is all I have again, and until I can get more videos out for you, thank you, and I hope you guys have a wonderful day.